Good morning, and we're in John chapter 20, verses 10 through 18. Uh, and we're looking at the appearances of Jesus. This one in particular is to Mary Magdalene and the other women. The disciples left, but Mary and the other women stayed behind. As Mary stood outside the tomb crying, she saw two angels dressed in white, and they were sitting where Jesus' body had been, one at the head and the other at the foot. Now, Peter and John examined the evidence of the empty tomb. John's persuaded Jesus had risen from the dead, though he didn't understand the meaning of it. Mary did not have the confidence that Jesus was resurrected, so she's crying. And she wept. She stooped down, looked in the tomb. Mary wanted to see Peter and John, what Peter and John had seen, and make her own examination. Yet at the moment between the examination of Mary, something different was in the tomb. She saw two angels now sitting, one at his feet, one would be at his head, and she reacted she didn't seem to react with shock and fear. She was probably didn't immediately perceive they were angels, one at the head and the other at the feet. And it's interesting, Exodus 25, 18 and 19. So the cherubim were placed at each end of the mercy seat. And here's the two angels. Mercy seat is where the throne of Jesus is. Why are you crying? They asked. Because they took my Lord away and I didn't know where they put him. Mary was still thinking or dreaming that Jesus was alive. She believed that he was still wasn't thinking that he was alive. He's thinking that he had died. And here's the final week, and they're preparing for burial. And more evidence. She didn't notice the burial cloths. She didn't because of the angels. And then she turned around and saw Jesus standing there, but she didn't recognize him. Woman, why are you crying? He asked. Who are you looking for? Mary thought he was the gardener. So she said to him, Sir, if you took Jesus' body, tell me where he is, and I'll come get him. Jesus didn't immediately reveal himself to Mary. It wasn't to play a trick on her. It was to break through her unbelief and forgetfulness of Jesus' promise. Mary, Jesus said. And she said in Aramaic, Rabboni, which means teacher. Greetings. Jesus said to Mary and the other women. And Jesus had only one word, and everything was explained. Jesus said her name. And Jesus, when she heard her name, she knew who he was. And that's in John 11:28. Then they grabbed his feet and worshipped him. Don't hold on to me, because I haven't ascended to my Father. Go tell my disciples and that I'm returning to my Father and your Father. Notice it, my Father and your Father. To my God and your God, and I will meet them in Galilee. Mary Magdalene went and told the disciples, I've seen the Lord. She told them everything she had said, but they didn't believe that Jesus was alive and that she had seen him. Again, there's some confusion. He said that, in King James it says, don't touch me. Yet some thought that, he would be defiled or something. It had nothing to do with that. He don't hold me back is what he's saying. He had more to do, and he had to go appear to the Father. He had to go into the real heavenly Holy of Holies. Again, how much information is given in the heavenly realm about what took place on earth, and that's what Jesus had to do, was finish the job, say, hey, it's done, it's completed, and he appeared in the heavenly realm to do so. So we're going to pick up after that, looking at Jesus' appearances.